All right. So just to introduce myself, I am a Buddhist monk. My name is Bante Sahasana Sarana. So you can call me Bante. Any monk you can call Bante. The meaning of that, venerable or reverend. In this class, we are going to learn many things. Start from the beginning of the Buddhism. Slowly, we are going to put the very good foundation in this course. Then you will get the ability to read the suttas, Buddha's teachings by yourself. Everybody can participate for this program, whether you are Buddhist or non-Buddhist. This is Buddhism for happiness. That means when you learn Buddhism, it will help you to be happy all the time, right? Buddhism is for happiness, and Buddhism develop you a lot of patience. Most of the time, we don't have patience. That's why most of the problems you can solve very peacefully. It will develop your patience and happiness. Okay, before we go to the lessons, and I want to introduce you a few things. Buddha, if there's any good thing, he used to say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And even after finishing good things, he used to say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So the meaning of the sadhu is excellent or very good. For example, when we finish our meditation, we said sadhu. Before we start chanting, we say sadhu. Okay. So this is the tradition. So then you will understand what is the meaning of that excellent, excellent when you do the good things. Then again, you will hear this one. We say all the time, you will hear that we say Namo Buddhaya, right? So Namo Buddhaya means homage to Supreme Buddha. So it is the blessing when somebody say Namo Buddhaya with joint palms this way, and they are thinking the Buddha and they bless. So there's collecting good karma. When we end, we say Namo Buddhaya. When we see that some other people in the monastery, we used to say Namo Buddhaya. It is more important than saying hello. So that's another one. Before we start anything, we used to say 3 times Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. So 3 times after that, we used to say that even English, right? Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. So Supreme Buddha is our teacher. After the veneration of Buddha, we start our Dhamma discussion. Before we start any Dhamma talk or any sutta, we chant Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Okay, so now to start, I'm after saying sadhu, sadhu, sadhu 3 times. Okay, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Then after that we say again, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. This is the way we start. So this the Blessed One is Supreme Buddha, Worthy One is Supreme Buddha, Supremely Enlightened One is the Supreme Buddha. Then after that, usually we do homage to our most venerable teacher, Bante, Pinat Lokuswan Mahanse. So this is our teacher taught us the Dhamma. Dhamma means Buddha's teachings. So with the respect of our teacher, we mention his name. The meaning of that in Sinhala, Loku Swan Mahanse means Big Bante. If you go to Wikipedia, you can see our teacher, right? So he is well-known Buddhist monk in Sri Lanka, and he did many things. And around the world, there are so many branches. When the real teaching is not there, and people are giving that their own definitions, there are so many definitions saying like Buddha, but that is not the Buddha's word. That time, actually, our teacher introduced the real Buddha's word, and he's translated the books to Sinhala language from Pali. So there are so many people, and we are translating that into English. And even Bhikkhu Bodhibhante translated Pali one into English. Therefore, we say homage to our most venerable teacher, Bhante Pinnath Lokuswan Mahanse's name. We don't say with the respect. His name is Venerable Kiribati Jnanananda Thero. Most of the time, people ask that how to worship to Supreme Buddha. So 5 places of your body touch the ground. That means head, both hands, and 2 knees. And Bodhi tree is the tree Buddha became Buddha, right? So main branch is in Buddha Gaya. Then after that, during the time of King Dhammashoka, south sapling of that Bodhi tree brought into Sri Lanka. Other one is stupa. What is stupa? We store Buddha's relics. Okay, this is the stupa, and you can see that dome here. Inside the dome, we store some sacred things. Kavan is the place that we store Supreme Buddha's hair relics and bone relics. At the end of the class, usually we chant, this is in Pali, okay? Abhivadana Sedissa Nicham Vaddapachayino Chataro Dhamma Vaddanti Ayuvanno Sukham Balang Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Iminate Samijatu. For the person who worships virtuous people and always reveres and serves the elders, 4 things increase: long life, beauty, happiness, and power. May you have long life and be free from illness. May you have rebirth in heaven. May you one day attain Nibbana. So this is what monks at the end of the program we bless. We share the merit with all of you, all of your family members, all of your departed relatives, and also devas. So that's how our class will be conducted. Okay, this is Introduction to Buddhism. So we are teaching Theravada Buddhism. In this world, it is very hard to find that the original teachings. Very important to learn what exactly Buddha said, not others said, because Buddha is the one who achieved that highest level of understanding. There are other teachings. There's other one called Mahayana and Vajrayana. 500 years after Buddha attained Parinibbana, there are some other introduction to Buddhism. All those things came up later. So Theravada Buddhism is the original teaching of the Buddha. Also, we should understand who is Buddha is. So it is very rare occurrence for Buddhas to appear in this world after realizing everything in this world. Whatever we think, speak, and do, without missing anything, he proclaimed to the world as the Buddha. So therefore, we do not have to introduce to Buddhism anything more to his teaching, as he had great wisdom. Buddha had very, very great wisdom. So that's how he became Buddha. Nobody could challenge him. With the compassionate mind he introduced, he gave us everything. Right? He did not hide anything. Buddha's understanding is very huge, but he gave important things. Even that he showed psychic powers, he taught us how to do the psychic powers. Then after that, all the monks learned that way. They also could show the psychic powers. Developing his meditation up to highest level, for jhana, he could understand all those things. So the Buddha's teachings compiled into a place. This is called Sutta Pitaka. Pitaka means basket. Sutta is his teachings. His teaching put into a basket that's called Sutta Pitaka. After Buddha attained Parinibbana, that means that Buddha, we don't say Buddhas, they died, we call Parinibbana, or final passing away. They won't be born again. 500 enlightened monks, headed by Bhante Mahakassapa, and conduct the first Sangha Council in India. These enlightened monks decided all the suttas, Buddha's teachings. In Sanskrit, it is called sutras. Same thing. In English, we call suttas, to be compiled as follows. So they all the enlightened monks, they got together. They decided, okay, he became Buddha at the age of 35. Then after that, he lived 80 years. So like 45 years as a Buddha, he was preaching. So out of this 45 years, 25 years, Ananda Bhante was the personal attendant of the Buddha. He memorized everything. He had the great memory capacity in this entire world after Supreme Buddha. So he memorized all the suttas. So during that Sangha Council, he preached or he chanted to other enlightened monks all these suttas. So enlightened monks is very important that they know the real teaching of the Buddha. Then after that, all the enlightened monks decided all the suttas to be compiled as follows. So this is the way they compile this kind of 5 baskets, altogether 18,000 suttas into 5 baskets, right? 5 Nikäyas. So Diga Nikaya, we call that Diga Nikaya long discourses. So it is important that when you go to internet, there are so much of information saying that this is from Buddha. So we should be able to see which sutta, DN1, right? DN1 column 38, right? Likewise. Then Majjhima Nikaya, middle length discourses, we call MN, right? Middle length discourses. And Samyutta Nikaya, connected discourses, all these topics, all connected together. For example, if we want to know Eight Noble Path, so all these suttas come into Eight Noble Path, it is all together. That's why these connected discourses in Pali word, Samyutta Nikaya abbreviation is SN. So any sutta, you can see SN 5 column 38. That means we should be able to go and see online that sutta. Anguttara Nikaya, numerical discourses. There are some suttas. In that sutta, when you read that, only that one factor, all the one factors they are together. So there are some other suttas, there are 2 factors, 3 factors, 4 factors, 5 factors, likewise. Anguttara Nikaya, so numerical discourses. Then Khuddaka Nikaya, short discourses. Short discourses that Buddha's previous birth stories and also enlightened monks and nuns, how when they became enlightened, when they achieve enlightenment, they speak about enlightenment, right? Those things. Then some parita chanting, they are coming under short discourses. So we are going to learn all these one by one slowly. Okay, it is very important to understand how these suttas were preserved to the world. So earlier it was that enlightened monks brought these all the suttas from oral tradition. Right, all the enlightened monks, they don't lose their memory capacity. So then after that, Buddhism was brought to Sri Lanka by the son of King Dharmashoka, Bante Mahinda. So after Bante Mahinda came to Sri Lanka, we had a lot of enlightened monks in Sri Lanka. So then time period come after 500 years of Buddha's Parinibbana. There was a drought in Sri Lanka for around 12 years. That time, some monks went to India because people did not have a chance to give food to monks, and some monks attained Parinibbana, enlightened monks, and some monks they survived by drinking juice of Penadonus Kaida in Sri Lanka. They survived like 12 years. Then after drought was over, all the enlightened monks who went to India, they came to Sri Lanka again. Those who are the survived in Sri Lanka, so they were chanting all these suttas. Then they decided to write all these suttas to preserve them for the future generation. They understood that they could forecast future, and they found, okay, future they are going to lose the memory capacity. So the danger that all the enlightened monks they attain parinibbana, so there's a possibility that the future generation is going to lose these teachings, right? So therefore, then after that, they decided to write down the palm leaf manuscripts, and there's a nice process they followed. All the enlightened monks, they went to India, they checked their knowledge of Dhamma. They 100% matched. Then all the enlightened monks came to Sri Lanka. The monks, those who were in Sri Lanka, they chanted all their knowledge of Dhamma. Everything 100% matched. Then they form a group. Somebody wrote one line, they pass into another one, they check. Then after that, they pass to another one. If there's any mistake, they start to write all over again. So after carefully observation each word, they wrote all the suttas on the palm leaf manuscripts. It's very important to understand, because sometimes people say that all of the generation, the Buddha's teaching changed. But there was no way to change, because what happened? Everything brought by oral tradition by enlightened monks. Their memory capacity is not going to lose, right? Then after they could find that future, then after that they wrote down all these suttas. That's how we got these suttas. And in this Buddha's teachings, you can see there are good karma and bad karma. In Sanskrit, it is called karma. This good or bad karma can be accumulated by one's bodily, verbal, and mental conduct. Okay, we can understand good karma will help one to be reborn into good destination. So human world, heavenly world, and there are 6 heavenly worlds, a form world, which is called Brahma world. There are 4 formless worlds. Then after that, bad karma will take one to the bad destination. Hell, animal world, ghost world, and asura world. Hell, they are always suffering. Animal world, then suffering, ghost world, and asura world. Because of the bad karma, they will be born. Yeah. This is the way bodily conduct. There are good bodily conduct and bad bodily conduct. So killing beings, in Pali it is called panadipata, and stealing nadinadana, and engaging in sexual misconduct, kamesu michachara. These are the 3 kind of bad bodily conduct. What are the 3 kind of good bodily conduct? Abstain from killing beings, then abstain from stealing, abstain from sexual misconduct. So these are 3 kind of bodily conduct, right? So because then someone can gain bad karma by doing those 3 bad bodily conduct, bad karma. By doing this good bodily conduct, right, someone can collect good karma. What are the verbal conduct? So verbal conduct, that again 4 types of verbal conduct. So bad verbal conduct, false speech. In Pali it is called musavada. And divisive speech, pisuna vacha, that means you use your word to divide the friendship. Then harsh speech, parusa vacha, gossip, which is called sampapalapa in Pali. Gossip means that those things will not develop your wisdom. And what are the 4 types of good verbal conduct? Abstain from false speech, you don't lie, and abstain from divisive speech, you don't use your word to divide the friendship of the people. You heard from somewhere else, you don't go and tell to that people or about you that they said this one this way, this way, this way, and as a result of that one, they break their friendship, right? So abstain from divisive speech, abstain from harsh speech. You don't use that your word to hurt others, and abstain from gossip. Those are the good verbal conduct. What are the 3 kind of bad and good mental conduct? Covetousness, right? You have a strong desire to get other belongings, and ill will and hate others, and wrong view. The covetousness opposite is appreciative joy. So you like to see others' development. This covetousness is that you want to get other belongings. Appreciative joy is opposite of that. Then ill will and hate, loving kindness, and right view. So when you consider right view, there are 2 right views: worldly right view and noble right view. Those are the 3 bodily conduct, 4 verbal conduct, and 3 mental conduct. There are these kind of grave offenses. If somebody does these offenses, that person will definitely be born in hell. There's no remedy for that. Okay. So killing one's father, killing one's mother, killing an unenlightened monks, and shedding the blood of Supreme Buddha with the bad intention, and creating disharmony among the community of monks. Creating disharmony among monks can be done by a monk, and shedding the blood because Buddha is not here now, and killing the enlightened monks. It's very hard to find the enlightened monks these days. So it is important that these days, if somebody, your mother or father, is in life support equipment, if you sign that consent form to remove the life support equipment, you are going to have the grave offense because you are intentionally remove that life support equipment from your parents. So therefore, that we have to be very careful not to do that. Now, worldly right view, it is so important to know that's a result of practicing generosity. So when you give something to someone, you collect good karma. There's a result of offerings. If you do that monks, ascetics, so if you offer something to Supreme Buddha, there's a result of that. There's a result of doing voluntary services and respecting adults. There's a good result of good actions and the bad result of bad actions. When you do the good things, there's a good karma. When you do the bad things, you have bad karma. There's a world called this world. So now we are living in this world. And there's a world called next world. Some people don't believe that, don't agree that there's a next world, life after death. There's a special man called my father. So my father is always special. If somebody does that, some bad things to their father, the result is very bad. There's a special woman called my mother. So your mother is always special. There are spontaneously born beings. They just appeared without mother and father. For example, ghost world, they appeared there without any mother or father. And even heavenly world, beings appeared there without mother or father. In hell, they appeared there without mother or father. In the human world, very, very less percentage, 0.01%, some people appeared here without mother and father. There are ascetics who can understand this world and the next world without any teacher. So like Supreme Buddha, there's other Buddha called Pachika Buddhas. They can, without any teacher, they can understand this world and next world, right? And they can preach to others. So this is called worldly right view. And next one is noble right view. Noble right view is that there's Buddha's understanding. The first one, the noble truth of suffering, noble truth of reason for suffering, noble truth of the cessation of suffering, noble truth of path to end suffering, 8 noble path. I will stop this one right here. Let's share the merit with all the devas, from our friendly devas and all our Earth Deva, Dwakanita and devas. May all devas rejoice in this merit. May they have good, may they develop their divine power, divine color, divine beauty, divine happiness. May all devas be fortunate to understand Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May our teacher, Pinat Lokusan Hanse, and all the monks in this world, all the nuns in this world rejoice in this merit. May all of them be fortunate to understand Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May our departed relatives rejoice in this merit. May they have good food, good shelter, good medicine, good clothing. May all of them be fortunate to escape long journey of samsara in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May all of you and may all of your family members, all of your children and also parents and siblings, all your friends and relatives rejoice in this merit. May all of you have long life, be happy, be healthy, be peaceful. May all the fortune come your way by the power of Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, by the power of merit we collected today. May all of you have well-being. May all of you be fortunate to understand Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now Bhante is chanting verses of blessing. Everybody worship. Abhivadana Silisa Nichang Vada Pachaino Chataro Dhamma Vadanti Ayuvanno Sukambalam Ayurarogya Sampatti Sagga Sampatti Mevacha Ato Nibbana Sampatti Minate Samijatu. May the Triple Gem bless you all. Theruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya, everyone.
Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.
Buddhaya, Bhante.
Namo Buddhaya.